When I was a kid, I wanted to play point guard for the Sacramento Kings. And yeah, I made it to the NBA, the Neighborhood Basketball Association. Unfortunately, I couldn't get to the NBA, the National Basketball Association, because I wasn't that good. So I can appreciate how hard it is for somebody to get into the NBA. You have to be athletic, usually tall, and sometimes lucky. And with all of those combinations to get into the NBA, to become an NBA All-Star or a superstar is even that much more difficult. And to get to the level of a Ja Morant or a LeBron James or a Kevin Durant or even a guy like Zion Williamson is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. But fast forward, Dima. But that is what Zion Williamson has done. He's an amazing athlete coming straight out of high school into the pros. He is amazing when he does play. He's getting better every year. And of course, he's making a ton of money. And as you know, when you make a lot of money, a lot of ladies come after you. Now, what are the ladies that come after you? Well, let's count them off. You have white women, you have Asian women, sometimes you might have men. Stop the show. I mean, we do live in that time, right? But usually you have older women. Older women like who? Now, hear me out. Check this out. Zion Williamson is 22 years old. So in the NBA, he's a veteran technically, but in the game of life, he's a rookie. And the ladies that he's coming across, maybe his age, might not be able to give him the experience that he wants. And this is the problem with this lady by the name of Concrete Rose, who is 30 years old. God damn. That is an 8-year difference, but more to come on that. Rewind, Demo. Concrete Rose is an Instagram model who doesn't really do much of anything. She looks like she might be an adult entertainer, but I can't verify that by her IG, right? But there is a person that we can quantify, and that is Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner was damn near hitting the wall. And what I mean is she had dealt with athletes before, but nobody wanted to wipe her up. Then we started to see her come to the University of Kentucky basketball games, where she started to get with PJ Washington. And she even talked about it on Just Pearly Things show last year. Let's check it out.
Okay, so you guys break up, or no, you're together. Tell me how'd you guys split up? And you can be as detailed or not detailed as you want. You don't have to go into.
Okay. There were some things, like, so I had never gone through anybody's phone, and because at the time I was 28, right?
Girl, you were dealing with athletes?
I never went through anybody's phone.
Never.
Except PJ's.
Okay.
Yep. Because I felt like if I have to go through your phone, I already have my answer, right? And I'm not doing that. I'm not playing fucking detective, right? So I went through his phone. Again, this was the summer, a few months before I got pregnant. Found some stuff in his phone I didn't like. Nothing confirmed. I mean, you're just entertaining bitches. Like, okay. I had never been cheated on that I knew of, right? And I found out stuff that, he had sex with someone in the beginning of our relationship. But this was in March. You slept with this girl. I found out July. I had already moved my whole life. I'm already here. Okay, well,
you moved from LA.
Because I moved from Woodland Hills. I had a condo in Woodland Hills, and I moved all my whole life to Charlotte, North Carolina, to be with him. Right. Okay. So I found out some stuff. I'm like, okay, you fucked this girl in March. All right, I love you, and I know what you've seen growing up. I've never forgiven anyone because I've never caught anyone cheating on me. But I understand your family dynamic, so I can. I choose to understand and to forgive you. And so one of my best friends, when we were talking about how we were basically trying to get pregnant, she was like, do you think it's a good idea? Because you just found out all this stuff, right? Like the voice of reason, right? And she's like, I don't think that's a good foundation. And I was just like, no, I trust who I'm with. I get it. We've talked about it. I understand. And he is younger than me, right? He's younger than me. I'm gonna try this. I've never done this, but I'm just gonna try to overlook it and move on. So with that knowledge, again, this is where I take accountability too. I saw behaviors, I saw red flags, and I still chose to move forward. And it's because I loved him. I don't know. I believed in him. And I guess that's where I'm a foolish woman, because I just chose to believe in him.
But then Spencer Cornelia put out this video a year ago. The name of the video on August 25th, 2021 is "The Biggest Reason NBA Athletes Go Broke." PJ Washington. Let's check out that clip.
Growing up, my mom always said to be nice to kids after you bully them intellectually, to always wash my hands after digging up dirt on a fake guru, and to always stay away from Instagram thoughts. That last one is important because athletes today are finding out the hard way that these Instagram thoughts are some of the smartest investors on the planet. Brittany Renner scams athletes for easy pay because they don't wear condoms. NBA Twitter wildly speculates that PJ Washington could be paying $2.4 million annually in child support. PJ Washington, what are you doing, man? Looks like you're the next athlete that's going to be featured in a lot of news articles for baby mama drama. Most people I chat with who find out I make videos on why athletes go broke guess that buying cars and clothes and houses are the reason athletes go broke. It's actually not. The biggest and most prevalent reason is what you'll see today. This is Brittany Renner, who was attending a University of Kentucky basketball game a year or two ago to study the Calipari dribble drive offense. She may not look like a typical NBA scout, and her scouting methods might not be traditional, but she found a way to spot the next big talent. With typical NBA scouts, they're looking for hip movement, agility, ability to drive through the lane and take a pounding, and ability to shoot your shot. That's difficult enough. What Brittany has to scout for is all of the above, and she needs to find a young man dumb enough to shoot their shot without any defense in sight. On top of all that, the man needs to be paid too. Meet the University of Kentucky basketball team. What Brittany has to do is scout each player, calculate his player efficiency rating, see him in practice, run them through combine drills, and then guess which one will accept the challenge of becoming a baby daddy to an Instagram vixen. This is Tyler Hero. He was one of her options, checked all of the boxes. He and his Instagram model girlfriend are already expecting a baby, so we need to check him off the list. Emmanuel quickly was an option, but she knows that point guards who end up in New York have careers that last as long as video vixens and Death Row Records music videos. Check him off the list. She landed her eyes on PJ Washington, a sophomore forward from Dallas, Texas. She clearly didn't care that she was nearly 7 years older than young PJ. Some would call it predatory, some would call it scouting, and others would call it an investment. Unfortunately for PJ, this investment paid off for Brittany. Brittany has been catching a lot of flack on social media over the past few weeks for finessing PJ into having her kid, but let's admire the difficulties she faced in attaining this lottery ticket.
So I know this is a video about Zion Williamson. So why are we talking about the PJ Washington Brittany Renner situation? I'm glad you asked that question, because this is the same playbook happening again, only this time starring Zion Williamson and this lady, Concrete Rose. You see, the Concrete Rose lady is 30 years old, and no other guy around her age is probably looking to deal with her. But she's able to check out or get with Zion Williamson, a young man who is extremely rich, a young man who has an extreme future, a young man who's going to be going someplace. Whereas, you know, she doesn't, it's the complete opposite of what I feel like her life is going. She's 30 years old. She's at a time of do or die. And if she can get a baby by somebody, might as well be Zion Williamson. And from what I understand, there's plenty of evidence on social media of her doing some stuff that is quite ratchet. All right. And it's fights and all kind of stuff and every kind of crazy thing going on. Who knows? But the reality is that this lady is making an investment in being Zion Williamson's baby's mom. And I believe, oh, stop the show. I did see her fighting somebody and whooping somebody's ass a lot. But anyways, I want to talk about this. This guy is out here screwing an IG model, getting her pregnant, and nothing's going to come out of that is actually decent, right? These women know what they're doing. They know they're out here doing this to these guys, and these guys can't see the forest from the trees. These guys feel like these women love them, and there's no reason why a 30-year-old woman would want to be with a 22-year-old man unless that was going to be a baby on the way and money secured, because she probably doesn't have any sort of skill or any sort of value in the marketplace that he does. And you're seeing it happen a lot. A lot of women are coming after these younger guys because they're rich and they lack inexperience. And with inexperience, you can be taken advantage of, just like PJ Washington got taken advantage of, because these guys are not smart and they don't have much mentorship. But that's what happens when you're out here not wearing condoms. and sleeping with women that you shouldn't be dealing with. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Put your follow, you subscribe to the bell. We're out.